Hey guys, M4J3FFR135 here, and welcome back to Cities in Motion 2. Now the last episode, which of course was episode 90, you met Sophie, I believe her name is. Just a random citizen that I chose who happened to be doing a long journey around the city. And what a journey it turned out to be. I've never seen one person use every single form of transport in our city before now. I also couldn't quite work out where she was going at one point, because she seemed to be heading towards her destination and then headed away from it again. But there you go. Today we have Raymond, and if you look at where he's going to, if I get it up, he's going to an apartment building which is over here. But the way he's doing that is via a boat crossing, and I assume that this boat is heading back towards the boat hub. Oh, he's not on board that boat, never mind. He is somewhere on the jetty still. So let's speed up time a little bit. We'll wait for a boat to arrive, and here's one coming in right on cue. I'm actually quite surprised with the success of this boat system. No boat has yet been full, I don't think, not that I've seen. However, there's always people wanting to move from one side of the city to the other, and it was only in the last episode with Sophie that I realised that people genuinely use it as a way of crossing the river quickly, rather than using the metro, the tram or the trolley. They actually get on the boat, go across to the other side, and then get off the boat and onto the next form of transport, which, you know, I think is quite amazing. I wasn't expecting that when I set up the episode, that's for sure. I just thought I'd do a generic show how someone gets around the city, and yeah, I seem to have chosen a good candidate, that was for sure. Right, so little Raymond here, I believe will be getting off the boat at this pier. No. It looks like he's staying on, so maybe he's taking it round to the hub. Maybe he's taking it round to the hub. But anyway, I mentioned this in the last episode, I believe. I haven't actually recorded the audio for the last episode yet at the time of recording this, so I'll have to remind myself to mention it. But this episode and the last episode, no construction taking place so far. That will change in this episode. But no construction took place in the last episode. It was purely just watching people going around, and that for me was research, because I was interested to see how citizens move around our city. And Sophie was actually the 10th person I think I'd tracked around the city, just to see how they went around and went about their business. And that's given me some ideas, because I'm looking at how they're moving around and if I can speed up their transport a little bit. And yeah, I think I've found a couple of ways in which I can do that. What we're going to do is wait for Raymond to get off the boat and get onto what I assume... he might not actually get onto anything else, he might just walk to the apartment building. I think it's that one he's heading towards. Or maybe that one. Let's see how he gets there, whether he actually takes the monorail or not. It'll be interesting if he does take the monorail. But I don't think he will. I think now he'll walk. But yeah, we're going to do some construction in this video. And you can see how much money we've got and how much money we're making. We can do a hell of a lot of construction in this video. And... oh, he's getting on another boat. That's really weird. And now he's getting off the boat. That's also really weird. What on earth is he doing? Tell you what, we'll leave Raymond to his own devices. Yeah, we've got a ton of money to spend, and I believe before we started tracking Sophie, we were over here at City West, and we were building these new roads. Now, I would very much like to carry on with this project. We have a couple of junctions here where, you know, things are looking a bit weird with the traffic lights and the steep slopes. Mainly the traffic lights. I still hate traffic lights on this game. I stand by what I said before of, if there's anybody out there who knows how I can bypass the use of traffic lights without modding the game, by all means, drop me a message, drop me a comment, and let me know. Right, the first area I want to concentrate on, actually, is this part of the city here. Now, we have, up here, a bus satellite. And you see it's currently served by the Violet line and the Sapphire line. And the Sapphire line, you can see, loops around, picks up lots of passengers. I'm going to be changing the Sapphire line any second now. In fact, let's do that one first. So let's close the sapphire line and remove all of its stops. Okay, now we're going to go into the construction panel, and some of these bus stops I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to leave these last ones here, the return to the depot ones, but these ones I'm going to scrap. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to get rid of the road there. That's not gone well. Is that one way? Yes. Yes, it was. Whoops, that poor card had to take the long way around now because of me. And I don't think I've built that one in particularly well. I think I could do better than that. So what was it, like that, and then like that. And that's avoided the use of a bridge, so that's pretty cool. Right, yes, as I was saying, we're going to reroute this bus slightly. I'm trying to think, do I actually need to do it the way I've decided to do it? And the answer to that is probably no. But I don't know. I think this is probably going to be the best method. I'm just trying to think, do I... I've got a new idea, actually. I've got a new idea. And you might remember when I originally built the sapphire line, I did things a little unusually. I used to have it go, I think it was literally straight along this road and then back to depot, and I changed it. But what I'm going to do now is change it back to how it used to be, and then I'm going to select the line and add the stops in again. So let's do that one, and then up here, tell you what, I'll put in an extra one there. In fact, no, let's move that to there. Right, so I want that one there, and then that one, that one, that one, all the way along here, down here. Got this stupid little up and over bit, and another stupid little up and over bit. And then we can go... Yeah, no, I am happy with that. Then we go back to there, and then to there, and then... How's that doing? Yeah, that's cool. So that's linked up again and open. Let's turn this back to normal speed. And now let's build the second bus line over here, and it's going to be very similar in that these stops are going to be going along this road here, and then I think yeah, I will do it like this actually, like that, and then we'll have one there, and then where this one goes up that way, this one's going to come down this way. And then we're going to have a whole bit... Is that a one-way street? It looks like it is, yes. Let's change that. We don't need that to be one way. Quite happily have that as a two-way road. There's no traffic on these roads whatsoever, so having that as one way would just be pointless. Totally futile. Right, we'll have a stop there, and what's the gap between these ones like? It's a bit smaller, so we'll have one there, and there, and there, excuse me, and there, and then it'll go back onto this bit, and there, and then that one, and then back to depot again. Now, this line is going to be called... let me check with my good friend Google. Shades of blue. We are quite literally running out of shades of blue. Colombia was the last one we used, wasn't it? Tell you what, I'm going to literally copy it from what I've just read. And anyone in England or even in America or anywhere around the world who's thinking of currently applying to universities or colleges, don't be confused by what I'm about to type. Oops, if I can spell it right. Apparently there is a shade of blue called Yale. So there it is. And we're going to timetable list the same as the Sapphire line. We're probably going to have to end up buying more buses for our lovely depot, but that's absolutely fine because that's exactly what it's there for. Right, now this one is going to run out of this stop here. Should I have a stop there? Might as well. I know it's right outside the depot road, but still. You never know. There might be some people out there who are too lazy. You can see here there's people waiting to go into the depot, even though it's literally 2 streets away. So, might as well keep the general populace happy. Right, so we're going to have some conflicting bus movements here, but that's, again, not a problem. Buses don't run quite frequently enough for it to be a huge problem. And to be honest, I can't see anyone getting off the buses at this industrial area. I don't even know why this is an industrial area. Like, I can't see... Because I always think of these suburbs here as having quite expensive houses in. And then right next door to that, you've got these factories belching out smoke. And it's never quite... Oops. Oh, I might as well leave it to do that. It's never quite computed as to why the game has decided to generate the city like that. But that's the way it is, so just got to put up with it. Got these silly little things. I probably should have checked this out actually before I started mapping it out, but oh well. What can you do, hey? Right, so that's going to drop off there and then back to depot. Bosh, done. And we have... There it is. Bus line number 9. Let's follow it round on its first route. We'll whack this in ×3. I love the fact there's no traffic lights, so buses can just run straight through, providing there's no one crossing the road, of course. If there is someone crossing the road, the last thing you want to do would be mowing them down. And this is where I like the hubs. This is what I used to have as my hub ideas. Just these little satellite areas where people will travel from the centre of the city out to these little hub areas, and then they'll get on board another form of transport and move on from there. And again, you'll remember from the last episode, there's a few little interchange points that I marked across the city as I was building them. And Sophie showed us quite perfectly how those interchanges should be used, in that she got off one form of transport, walked a couple of streets, or walked down the very same street, got on the next form of transport. And yeah, it works. It's a really good system and it works. And if you look at our satisfaction rate now as well, people are happy. My total reputation is 69%, and normally it borders around the red zone. And people say to me, you know, in the comments especially, about raising my customer satisfaction. And that's what I've been trying to do whilst providing a good service. And as you can see now, it is starting to work. We are most popular with tourists, 73% satisfaction rating with tourists. And I think that's because we've got water buses now, which I think I've mentioned before in a previous episode that tourists like. We've also got... I suppose we've got the metro that takes you around nice places. One thing I'm yet to put into the game, or into this city, is landmarks. Things like the Sydney Opera House, Buckingham Palace. And I will be doing that very soon, because I think if I find some areas where not many people are moving around, not many people are going to these places, I'll just pop a landmark down and see if that will raise the popularity of that particular area. And I'm thinking about reinvigorating the tram. That's the one that springs to mind the most, because especially through the hub, and because I'm keep having to close it and reopen it because of the clog of vehicles around the hub, it's losing popularity. I think profit-wise, it's doing okay. And again, you saw from the last video, it's mainly people travelling from south to north who are using the tram. And unusually, for me, I didn't think this would be the case. I think it came up in the last episode as well. I keep referencing the last episode, but yeah, it's what I'm talking about. Someone on the Maroon line will get off the Maroon line to travel on, say, the Carmine line for 2 stops, and then they'll get off the Carmine line and get back on the Maroon line again. And I'm wondering, is that because of the types of vehicles, and they prefer one type of vehicle to another, therefore they use that vehicle? Maybe that is the case. If that is the case, then that is very, very clever, and I was not expecting that. If that isn't the case, then I've no idea why. But, you know, it's cool. It's really cool to see that. You know, passengers getting off one line onto another, even if it's just to travel 2 stops, you never know. Right, this bus is doing well on its journey. It's picking up lots and lots of passengers. It has a total capacity of 52, and it has just reached that total capacity. So it's proven already that this line is popular, and it's utilising the last 3 stops here of the old Sapphire line, and there's lots of people waiting. So I think the next bus is going to be getting quite full as well. Not quite sure where that bus is. I like this. I love this game just to see the amount of people that are moving around my city. And I was actually Gamescom a couple of weeks ago now, I think, depending on when this video goes out. I can't be bothered to work out the time frame. Sorry guys, I will one day sit down with the calculator and work it out. But for now, it was Gamescom recently. And there was a trailer for a new game coming out soon called City Skyline, I believe it's called. And it's made by the same people who made this game, and it almost looks like a sequel to Cities in Motion 2. And I watched the trailer for it, and it looked absolutely fantastic. So it looks very much as though I'll be buying that game when it comes out. Just have a look at it. It really does. I was reading a lot of reviews about it as well, and they kept describing it as a kick in the balls at Sim City. And if it's anything like what the trailer suggests, then I think it's a kick in the balls, a nookie, and a wedgie. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a really, really good game, and I definitely am interested in buying it. I want to hear what you guys think as well. If any of you have seen the trailer, do you think it looks good? If so, would you like to see me play it? And also, any other things that you guys want to mention in these videos about, you know, how I'm running my city, or even tell me how you run your city. I'm very, very interested to know, because I'm always keen to get involved, to get you guys involved, letting me know what you think and all that. So by all means, feel free. If you've got something to say in the comment section, do so. Right guys, I've just zoomed out here of City West. We're going to have to start coming up with some new names for this though, because City West, as you can see, is expanding, and it's actually going to become the biggest area of the city if we keep it in its name. However, if we keep this bit as City West, let's say, we can rename this area here and then have this as a different area name as well. And I'm thinking of things like, you know, probably not the best example, but in GTA, you've got places like Vinewood, and at this point he forgets all places in GTA. But you know what I mean, like different areas of cities. Like in London you've got Hammersmith, you've got Victoria, you've got Camden, places like that. I'm thinking we can name our city into boroughs. And then also, we could start doing our regions again. Where's the panel I'm looking for? Here. Completely the opposite side of the screen to where I was looking. We've got our regions here. And actually this little area here can be made green. Do that quickly. There we go. So yeah, we got these regions of our city, and they're all categorized into different color zones. So this area here is in the same zone as this area here, apparently, although I'm not 100% sure about that one. I'm going to start thinking about turning it into the rings. Almost like what London have done, where you've got Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3. How I'm going to map out the zones, though, is completely... I haven't a clue at this stage. So, again, let me know what you think, guys. What I should do. But yeah, we're gonna have to come up with some names for these areas of the cities. These areas of the city. I will learn to speak one day, I promise. I'll go to lessons, I'll do something. Something's got to change, it's ridiculous. Right, as I was saying, I'm going to come up with some names for these areas of the city. If you've got any suggestions, drop them in the comments box below. What I will do is give these areas provisional names, and then I will change them if I see a really good suggestion in the comments section. And don't be afraid to put in a suggestion. All suggestions will be seriously considered, unless they are something absolutely ludicrous and it's quite obvious that you're taking the mickey. If it's nothing like that though, then of course they'll be considered, and in most cases accepted, because I am terrible at coming up with names. So if anyone has one, drop it in the comment section and I guarantee you it will get selected at some point. Until then guys, I am going to end this episode here. So thank you very much for watching. Let's have a look at who we can dedicate this episode to, shall we? Do you know what? I had a good one. I had it in the top of my head when I started recording this. I actually did some prep for this video, and then I completely forgot who they were. So let me just get up my list of people who comment. Okay, here we go. Zero Goki 1983. Zero Goki 1983. This video is for you, my friend. Thank you very much for your comment. Whatever day it was, I can't remember off the top of my head now, but yeah, like I said, thank you very much for your comment. This episode is for you. For the rest of you guys, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support, and until next time, I will see you soon.